This is motorcycle gang president. Oh, I'm sorry. Club president, Officer Danny Torres. Danny is a kind and gentle soul, a real pillar in his community, somebody that all the kids can look up to.
Get out of the car. Give me up and break that freaking window. Get out of the car. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
And NFL player TYREEK Hill wants that man gone.
Gone.
So you want the officer to be
gone. He gotta go, man. He gotta go, man. Like, you out. What they say on Wild or Not? Gone.
All right, we can't be done talking about the incident with TYREEK Hill because this goes way beyond TYREEK Hill and goes to all Americans who would be treated the exact same way, if not worse, if these cops right here, the actual victimizers, and I'm talking about victimizers, not just one victimizer named Danny Torres. We're going to talk about Danny in a second. All these cops initiated an illegal, unconstitutional criminal act against a fellow American. Never mind that he's a football player. Never mind that he's a big guy with a famous name, with a lot of money in his bank account. If cops would do this to somebody that they knew could fight back, who had the resources to fight back, and they did this in broad daylight on body cam, they will do this to anybody. And that's the startling thing right here, guys. Everybody's trying to take a side. It's like, well, this multi-millionaire privileged football player thinks that he can act this certain way. Other people are saying these law enforcement officers, they're just doing their job. Or maybe some people who are against law enforcement say, well, law enforcement acting this way. We got to think about what's going on here. First of all, what crime did TYREEK Hill commit? They said he was speeding. How do we know? Do we have the body cam? We've seen cops lie before. They've lied on reports. They've lied and said, we got you on radar when they actually didn't. They've written tickets that shouldn't have been written, criminally victimizing, economically victimizing people who are otherwise innocent. So how can we believe the police department when they commit atrocious acts of criminality like Danny Torres did and his henchmen? We're going to listen to what TYREEK Hill said in a recent press briefing with the Miami Dolphins, speaking directly to this issue. But I want to show you, just remind you of how Danny Torres got involved in the fact that he was not the initial officer who pulled TYREEK Hill over. Watch this. Here's how Torres jumped in.
Hey, keep your window down.
So you got the first aggressive officer who's tapping on the window. You got the officer who's going to allow the aggression. That's the guy that's wearing the body camera that we see right now. And then Torres is going to get on this situation.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm going to get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me
By the way, he's already got his license. He pulled him over supposedly for speeding, asked for his license, and it was given to him. So he got everything that he needed. Why do you need to have your window rolled down? That's just is that a lawful command? That's Danny Torres, Mr. Tattoo Bike Gang member. We're going to go over that in a second. Stay tuned.
Get out of the car. Give me up and break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of blood?
Now let me just point out the obvious physical characteristics here. This is a seasoned athlete. This is a strength conditioned in the prime of his life NFL athlete. He allowed himself to be pulled out. Imagine if they're going to do this to TYREEK Hill, what they're going to do to you. You're not a world-class athlete. You don't have strength conditioning. They pull you out right like this, they'll break your arm, as they often have and often do. They'll crush your chest in with their knee, as they have and often do. That's not going to phase a guy like this. He's allowing them to do that. I have no doubt that Tyreek Hill, with the conditioning that he has, not only strength-wise, but also in the cardio field, he could handily take care of all 4 cops on the scene right here. You got cop number 1 right here, cop number 2 right here. You got Torres number 3 right here. And here's the guy's hand who's recording with his body cam. And by the way, they all have their body cams rolling. They're doing this without shame in the middle of traffic in Miami.
You understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew.
All right, so let me just show you the second action here at the 207 mark where Torres puts his hand on Tyreek Hill again.
I'll park that. Hey.
With his hands cuffed behind his back, mind you. This is a seriously cowardly act by Danny Torres.
Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just surgery in your ears when we go there. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, don't do
that. Is brown shirt activity on the part of Officer Danny Torres. Let's just go over some of this. This is from the Miami New Times. It says cop who cuffed Tyreek Hill is a motorcycle club member. I'm going to show you this news segment later from CBS Miami. We're going to watch this and you're going to think to yourself, did the Miami Police Department pay them to run a public relations campaign for Danny Torres in the Miami Police Department? It gets real bizarre, guys. It says veteran Miami Dade police officer Danny Torres, he's been with the department for 27 years, almost 3 decades, and he's going to act like this on body cam? Is also a DJ and belongs to the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club. Not gang, club, made up of current and former police officers in good standing with their department. The Miami-Dade officer who hauled Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill out of his sports car and took him face down at the pavement on Sunday morning has been identified as Danny Torres. In body cam footage the Miami-Dade Police Department released late on Monday, Torres is recognizable as the tattooed officer wearing long black compression sleeves beneath his short-sleeved uniform shirt. On Tuesday, Miami-Dade Police Department identified Torres as a 27-year veteran of the department as the officer placed on administrative leave while the internal investigation unfolds. And we're going to listen to what Tyreek Hill says about this particular event in a second. But here's Danny Torres right here, a part of the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club, not gang, club. Though Torres revised his Facebook profile even as this post went live, why did you revise it, Torres? What were you trying to hide from the general public? It remains filled with photos of Torres and motorcycles, many of them in connection with the Florida chapter of a group called the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club. In one photo shot in black and white, Torres wears a leather vest with patches identifying him as Peacemaker, Dano, and Presidente. There he is right there before he got his hand tattoos. Remember, this guy's got hand tattoos as well now. So you know the rest of the story according to the body cam footage and how it all went down. But let me show you what appears to be a PR piece, a public relations piece for the Miami-Dade Police Department from CBS Miami. Take a gander at this.
And tonight we're learning more about the Miami-Dade police officer who pulled Tyreek Hill out of his car. Danny Torres works in the hammocks. Police there say the way he treats strangers stands out for reasons that they say you need to hear. CBS News Miami's Larry Seward is live in the hammocks tonight, and Larry, Torres is well known, but Tyreek's Hill lawyer wants the officer terminated.
That's true, Jim, and late tonight, the lawyer for Tyreek Hill emailed us this one-page statement calling for Officer Danny Torres to lose his job for excessive force, for escalating and reckless use of force, for putting hands on Tyreek Hill's neck and a knee in his back. Meanwhile, people living and working near this hammocks district patrol station, they know Officer Torres as Danny, an officer known for making a different kind of impact.
Get out! Get out! Damn!
The man behind that badge is Officer Danny Torres, a 27-year Miami-Dade police veteran working off-duty Sunday when body-worn camera recorded him pull Tyreek Hill out a car and force the Dolphin star to the ground during a traffic stop.
Violently pulled him out. But as we'll see in this news segment, Danny's a great guy.
that landed Torres on desk duty for his actions.
No es solo un oficial, es amigo y cliente.
Irma Payne.
If you or I did that with a company we worked for, we would rightly be fired. Instant termination. It's like, man, you gave our company a bad name. Not with the Miami Police Department. And why just Danny Torres? There were a lot of gang members that let Torres do what he did and actually involved themselves in the melee, and they also initiated the force on TYREEK Hill, the criminal activity.
Has known Torres 15 years and in Spanish says he's not just an officer, but a friend and client. She helps manage a restaurant near the Hammocks District headquarters where Torres works.
Es muy amable, yo lo conozco hace 15 años.
In Spanish, she says he is very nice. I've known him 15 years. He's always here with a group of friends, officers, and he's helpful. He's patient. People see them here and bring problems wanting to help, and he always...
He's nice, helpful, patient. He's a problem solver. He's a valued member of our society. Everybody loves Danny Torres.
Does. Of all the officers that come in, he is one of the best and kindest. 4 years ago, many in this...
If that is the best, kindest officer that you have to offer Miami-Dade, you're in some real trouble. Actually, who's in real trouble are the people that Miami-Dade police officers swear to protect and defend.
Community rallied around Torres when he was in a coma on a hospital bed for nearly 3 weeks after a motorcycle crash. People in the hammocks and others donated thousands of dollars to fundraisers to help Torres recover.
And this was an on-duty motorcycle crash. I think this article from the Miami News Times covers it. Yeah, while on duty in November 2020, Torres was involved in a traffic accident that left him critically injured and in a coma for a month. I wonder what he was doing while he was on duty. I wonder if he was attempting to economically terrorize somebody. Now, we'll get back to this right here, but I want to show you a couple clips from the Miami Dolphins, and I've got to be careful how many seconds I play of this because the NFL is super squirrely about giving strikes to content creators who play too long of a clip. TYREEK Hill is asked by one of the reporters, do you think you did anything wrong in this situation? Do you think that your attitude could have been different to the police? Do you think you could have kept your window down? Have you thought about that? Here is TYREEK Hill's response.
I could have been better. You know, I could have let down my window, you know, in that instant. I'm human. I gotta follow rules. I gotta do what everyone else would do.
So I don't know. This looks like a psychological operation to me. I got to do what everybody else does. I'm not above the law. Well, first of all, it's not a law that you have to roll your window down. As a matter of fact, there is a supreme law of the land. It's called the Constitution. It's called the Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person's houses, papers, and effects. And traffic law, the thing that justified the pullover while you're driving in your sports car, thinking that you're going to go to a game unmolested by the cops. In the minds of the cops, that traffic law trumps constitutionally protected rights. Just like Pennsylvania MIMS. They'll use Pennsylvania MIMS ad infinitum, ad nauseum to prove to themselves, no, look, the Supreme Court says we can drag you out of the car if we believe it's an issue of officer safety. Really, was it really officer safety? Really?
Does that give them the right to literally beat the dog out of me? Absolutely not. I wish I could go back and, you know, do things a bit differently.
Like what? Obey, comply with my law enforcement masters. If they tell me to do something, I better do something because I'm not above the law. Anytime they give you a command, society, stop thinking you're above the law and just conform. Just do what you're told.
I still love cops. I want to be a cop. I've been standing on the table for the cops, man, but I feel like I handled myself well in that situation, but obviously, like I said, I can be better. It's shell shocking, man. It's really crazy to know.
On the one hand, he says that it didn't jar him at all. It didn't affect him. It didn't move the needle. And then on the other hand, he says it's shell shocking. He kind of contradicts himself a little bit in this news conference.
That you have officers in this world that would literally do that with body cams on. What would they do if they didn't have body cams? And
that is the question. First of all, if they're going to do this to a highly paid millionaire athlete driving around in a $350,000 McLaren, what do you think they're going to do to you? They know this guy has pull. He's got pull in the sports world, which means he's got the clout. If he's got the clout, then he's got pull in the political world. If they're going to do this to you, TYREEK Hill, they're going to do this to you, Jane Smith, Frank Burgess, Brian Young. They're going to do this to anybody they want to do at any time, and they do. And TYREEK Hill makes a very logical observation. What do they do when the body cameras aren't rolling, or when they think the body cams aren't rolling?
Which is even crazier.
So you want the officer to be
Gone. 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 Gone.
Yeah, he definitely needs to be gone, but so do all the other officers who dogpiled TYREEK Hill and would have dogpiled you. Remember, this isn't just about TYREEK Hill. It's not about the NFL. It's not about the millionaire class. It's not even about the law enforcement class. This is about a bunch of psychopaths wearing uniforms who think they can do what they did to TYREEK Hill, and they do all the time to you and I. Turning body cameras off, muting them, turning them away, writing false reports, economically terrorizing us, and it goes all the way down the line. He shouldn't just be gone. The people who helped Danny Torres shouldn't just be gone. They should be fired. Their pensions should be liquidated, all their assets liquidated, given to their victims so that the taxpayers don't have to pay for their misconduct, and they need to go straight to jail, because that's where you would go if you treated TYREEK Hill like the Miami Dade Police Department treated him.
He got to go, man, because in that instant right there, like, not only did he treat me bad, you know what I'm saying, he also treated my teammates with, disrespect. He had some crazy words towards them, and they ain't even do nothing.
This would have been a perfect time to say, and if they treated us like that, if those cops, if Miami Dade treated us like that, and you see people being treated bad all over the United States, what do you think they're going to do to you? You're barely scraping by. You're working your second or third job. Maybe you're door dashing, and they're pulling you over, getting all up in your business. Now they're going to give you a $220 ticket for God knows what. And you can't make ends meet anyway. You can't put food on the table anyway. And this is going to economically bury you. This would have been a perfect opportunity for him to have said that.
Like, what did they do to you? They just walking on the sidewalk. I don't know, bro. Like, he got to go, man. Like, it's not too many times that cheaters say people got to go, but you out. What they say on Wild 'N Out? Gone.
Yep. That guy does have to go. He has to go straight to jail, in my opinion. Here's the rest of this CBS Miami public relations news segment.
Owners also include members of a law enforcement motorcycle club called Gunfighters. Torres was
Motorcycle Club.
President of a Miami chapter. The group says all members are in good standing with their agencies or have retired honorably.
That's concerning. All the members of the Gunfighters motorcycle gang / club are in good standing with their respective departments. That's a little bit concerning.
Those close to Torres sound focused on the future, wondering what's next for the officer they love.
So they end this news segment with a smiling face of a Hispanic woman who has nothing but nice things to say about roadside terrorist Danny Torres.
Lawyers, they also called for his immediate reinstatement, also adding that the decision makers moved him to desk duty too soon. Meanwhile, tonight, Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, she also sent a statement saying this incident set back relations between police and the black community and is seeking clarification from all involved, Jim.
Oh, poor Danny. He's got desk duty while he's... I wonder how much Danny... I wish I looked it up before I did this video. You guys look it up. How much does Danny Torres make with the Miami-Dade Police Department? I bet it's $80,000 to $100,000, not including overtime. Leave your thoughts about this. What do you think? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon. You know what to do. Give this video a like, share this video with everybody you know, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, understand that in times of universal deceit, telling the truth about your local police department is a revolutionary act. I'll see you in the next video.